Yo, we are back. How's it going, guys? I hope you have had a fantastic Friday in January. Like I say, we are back with some more Grimsby Town FIFA 20 career mode. Now, last time we left it off, we had just started our second season in the Premier League. We're doing okay at the moment. You know, we're not doing too badly. Obviously, the board objective, one of them, is for us to try and qualify for the Champions League. So that's really our main target, I guess, for this season is to try and finish top four. It's not going to be easy, but yeah, we're going to try our best. As you can see on screen, we have come up to the end of the transfer window. We're on deadline day in 2025, August 31st. Now, I was mentioning last time that we might be trying to sign some people. Let's just have a quick look at the squad. We obviously picked up this guy, Puig, in the last stream that we did. And I think the only area that I was really focusing on improving was my defense. I think that's probably the only place that we can improve on. I mean, Marcus de Oliveira, a young 19-year-old centre-back, certainly going to be overtaking Ampadu anytime soon now. So, yeah, I mean, apart from that, we've got Rogel at the back, and that's probably about it. If we're playing three centre-backs, yeah, that's about as far as our depth goes, to be honest. So, I did send my scouts out to try and look for some players, and I did have a brief look on this list before I started streaming just to see if there was anyone who might be worth looking at. I saw this guy, Ruben Barcelos Borges Tavares. He looks decent. Might be coming in at like a 78 rated. It's not great. Well, I guess it provides depth. It provides a good amount of depth. But then I saw this guy as well, João Pedro Varela Tavares, who looks good as well. He looks like he might be a little bit better. There are some players on here who we can't afford. It certainly doesn't look like we can't afford them, at least. I mean, some of them have got release clauses. I mean, this guy, William Saliba, would be the ideal signing, but 74.7 million release clause is just not good. They're not going to sell him for less than that. So the likelihood of us signing him going to be really, really low, considering we don't even have that amount of money as well. I don't know if there's anyone else that really stood out for me in this list. Like I say, I mean, this guy, Rafael William Santos da Ajuda, looks decent. He might be someone that we just try and sign on a whim without actually knowing what his transfer value is, what his potential is. So he might be the one that we are gonna try and sign almost immediately at the start of this stream. Like I say, I want to improve my defense. We've got this guy like Mboso, but he's playing at Palace, so he's probably not going to be or Palace probably aren't going to want to sell him to a competitor. So let's go ahead. Let's have a look at this young Brazilian player who plays for FC Lorient in Liga. I mean, his overall sort of physical stats and his defending look pretty decent. We're gonna see if we can approach to buy him. I'm not actually too sure how much money we have in our transfer budget at the moment, and I don't know how much money he wants for his wages, which is always a bit difficult. We want to offer him a transfer fee. Okay, so it's not too bad. We've got 63 million to play with. Actually, that's okay. I mean, we did actually sell quite a few players in the last live stream. We're gonna try and be cheeky. I don't know how much he's worth, so we're gonna come in with 15 million. Okay, that was easy. I don't know if I'm maybe overpaying for him. Maybe he's not as good as he first seems, or maybe I've just paid way too much for him. What I am going to do, though, is adjust my finances ever so slightly, just because I don't think he's just going to be asking for 12k. So let's go and adjust it ever so slightly, just so that we have about 100k wage budget, and then let's get back to the transfer hub and see if we can sign this guy, Rafael William Santos da Ajuda. Let's see if we can negotiate a contract for this young Brazilian defender from FC Lorient. Like I say, probably the only signing that I'm going to make on deadline day. He's going to be important if he wants to be crucial. Okay, he's important, so he's happy with that. He wants to sign a 2-year deal. Okay. I don't want a release clause inserted, of course. I never like release clauses unless it's for like 100 million. The wages, I don't know what kind of wages he's going to ask for. I'm going to go in at 25k, and let's see if we can get away with that. Hey, that's alright. I mean, like I say, I don't know how good he is, so let's go ahead and check our squad immediately just to see if we've made a good or bad signing there. I'm hoping that is at least 80. If he's at least 80, that would be good. Oh wow, he's 76. I mean, he's got a fair amount of potential. I think he's a. I've made a bad signing there. Is what's happened. He's good. I mean, we'll stick him in training. I mean, he is 24 years old. I was kind of hoping for a bit more from that, but we are going to stick him in training. And like I say, it was only really just to try and sign a bit more, or get him a bit more squad depth, should I say, into the team. I don't know if we are going to sign anyone else. We obviously made a couple of signings. So we got Takefusa Kubo from Real Madrid in the last episode, as well as Puig as well, who I mentioned at the top of the live stream. So we do have quite a few good players. David Tavares, Cagliari, coming after David Tavares. Tavares, who was on loan to us for like the second season, I think. Someone is coming in for Oscar Evans, who is our young right back. Ooh, I could potentially sell this guy. 20 years old, 75 rated. Can play as a centre back though, and he is still relatively young. I'm actually going to block the offers for him. I think I did put him on a transfer list, to be fair, so it's probably my fault that we are going to get offers for him, but hopefully not anymore. 7 hours left on transfer deadline day. We're just going to skip forward. I don't think we're going to make any signings on deadline day, apart from the one that we just did make. Look at that though, 769 million, 920 million. Jesus. The amount of money being spent on transfer deadline day is unheard of, almost up to £1 billion spend. There we go, we cracked the £1 billion mark. That is not for the first time in this career mode for sure. Patrick Bailey, oh, okay, so Juventus are coming after Patrick Bailey. 19 years old, 84 rated, no, I mean, I've sold Adama Traore. He is Bailey is my like backup rotation right winger at the moment behind Devechi, but I'm not going to get rid of him. Although I could have sold him for about 110 million if I really wanted to, but I didn't. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good utility player to have in the team, of course. Like I say, we achieved the profit objective that the board did set us. I think they wanted us to finish the first transfer window with about £65 million profit, and we achieved that without a shadow of a doubt. I think I am going to take out Rose for now. I'm going to have to put in that centre-back we just signed just to try and get him up. He's already up to 77, to be fair. We signed him when he was 76, so he's already up to 77. Like I say, his defending stats is actually, like, they're okay. They're not great. I think maybe his dribbling needs to be improved, certainly. So we'll get him on that. I don't know if that's going to boost him up as quick as we want him to be boosted up. But Moro is up to 79. Another young centre forward coming through the Grimsby Town youth system. So we've got a good, I feel like we've got a good all-round squad. Let's have a look. Look at that, 1,070 million spent in the January transfer window, which is unheard of. We've got Manuel Adolfo. I'm sorry, mate, you're going to be released. And all the other players in there can stay in there. I mean, got another young goalkeeper. Dylan Wilson, right back, 67 rated. Is decent. Callum Cooper, 61. Max Phillips, who is in training at the moment as a CDM. All good. And as you can see on screen, I mean, we are top in the Premier League. I think we've played for 1-3, drawn 1. You can see Man United are in second. Obviously, very, very early on, there are quite a few teams in that chasing pack, all on 9 points as well. So I'm not getting ahead of myself just yet because I know it's a very, very long season. I don't expect to win the Premier League. It would be nice if we could, but I don't expect it. Like I say, my minimum target this season from the board is to qualify for the Champions League. So that is all we are going to aim for. And if it means that we end up finishing 4th, then so be it. If it means that we end up winning the Premier League by some miracle, then I will take it. I'm not going to complain about winning the Premier League. It's going to be tough. Like I say, we're not going to be playing every single game. It's going to make it a lot tougher, but we are going to rotate the squad in between to try and keep all the players happy and everyone fit and raring to go in the Premier League. I think, Carabao Cup games going to be key for us in terms of rotation and keeping our teams fit. So we've got couple of good young Italians, and another goalkeeper. He's already gone somewhere though. It looked like. But yeah, let's move forward. I mean, Kubo at the end of last episode or last live stream did score a hat-trick for us in the game. I can't remember who it was we played against, but Kubo, one of the new signings for this season, scored a hat-trick, and that was fantastic, of course. Santos de Uja not improving at the rate that we expect him to. Perhaps that's because he's on dribbling. Sean Murphy wants out. What's going on with Mr. Murphy here? Oh, dude. That's not the button I want. That is not the option I want. I want to have it. No, not youth staff. Oh my gosh, what is going on tonight? Sean Murphy is the left back. He wants into the squad. We'll promote you, mate. We'll promote you, even though we don't play with a left back at the moment. We have nothing to lose, to be honest. So let's swim forward. You can see first game on this live stream that we are going to be playing. It's going to be against Southampton. We've got a couple of messages in our inbox. Some of the players that we were scouting. Diego Gonzalez, 76. That's, nah. I mean, it's the same as the guy that we signed, to be fair. I can't remember who was the other guy that we were sending a scout on. João Pedro Varela Tavares. This was the other dude that we were looking at. 79. Perhaps should have went with him instead, but hey, we have to accept the decision that we made and just deal with it, you know. Let's have a look at the squad. We've got Sanchez Ribas in there, Kubo, De Vecchi's up to 88, Greenwood in there 85, Puig, Lombo Suarez I think just snuck up to 87 as well. I mean, this team is absolutely ridiculous, if I'm being honest. The fact that Linz is on the bench, and the fact that the likes of Mason Moore and Race are also like not in that starting squad is ridiculous, if you ask me. I mean, Race has been a fantastic servant to Grimsby Town Football Club, but he is just slowing up a bit. You know, I mean, at the time, I guess like the likes of Race and Moore and Linz would have been signed very early on, and the potential might have been mid to low 80s to try and get us up through the divisions, but they've done that very well indeed. Now we've got just an absolute beast of a team, if I do say so myself. So we're coming up against Southampton in this first game. It's all a bit confusing. Let's go with our alternate kit and play against Southampton in their home kit, just to make it a bit easier for us to determine which players are which on the pitch. Ricky Puig, look at that short pass, long pass for vision. Oh. Puig. Oh. I didn't realise they were playing offsides there, but here we go. Grimsby Town vs Southampton, live from Blundell Park. Here we go. Let's go. Kubo on the ball. Kubo to Sanchez Ribas. Tries to play it forward to Greenwood, but Southampton midfielder just gets his foot in there and deflects the pass, and Southampton come away with the ball now on the far side. Oh, Southampton look like they're going for the overload. Oh my gosh. I thought he was offside there, but Pereira has done a good job there getting down to make that save. Almost caught napping very early on, which would have been slightly embarrassing, but here we go now. Kubo on the ball. Greenwood is there. Greenwood is holding it up. Sanchez Ribas. Oh, Sanchez Ribas again. Still got it somehow. Cabral comes in, and Cabral is offside when the ball comes to him. Oh my. That's a bit annoying. Say Kubo signed as a right mid, but he can actually play as a centre forward as well, which is always great. Oh. And I think we have switched that sort of cam position into a centre forward. So we are, I guess, effectively, he is miles offside. We are effectively playing with a front three. I guess it's like a 3-4-3 formation with the sort of centre forward false nine position occupied by Kubo, the hat-trick hero in the last game that we played. Oh, Sanchez Ribas tries to thread the ball through to his strike partner, Mason Greenwood, but defence deals with that. Just in time there, the Southampton defenders get away with one, you'd like to think. Kubo to Sanchez Ribas. Sanchez Ribas is looking back on. for Greenwood. Greenwood's going for a long shot. Oh, Southampton goalkeeper makes a fantastic save there, diving across to his left. Here we go. Whip it in. Get a head on that. Big head, big head. That is ours. There we go. Another corner. Another corner. Keep the pressure on, lads. Ping that in. Oh. Control it, Davis. Davis! Oh. Ball just bounces up off the ground. Can't get his foot over it and control it and keep it down. 20 minutes in, 0-0. It's been a bit of a cagey affair so far. Southampton have looked good on the counter attack. Like I say, look at them now. They're just overloading us really going forward. Get it away, Lombo. Get it away, easy as you like from that young Spanish defender there. Here we go. Kubo's there. Kubo plays it to Sanchez Ribas. Sanchez Ribas feeds in De Vecchi. De Vecchi, there we go. 1-0. Let's get it. Let's get it. That's it. You know, the name on the back of the shirt. De Vecchi, the young right winger who he signed as a free agent at the start of last season. Up to 88 rated. Look at that bang. Absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper there. I mean, perhaps should be doing a bit better, but when you hit it with that much pace, there's not really a lot you can do about that. There we go, 1-0. Christian De Vecchi with the first goal of the stream. 26 minutes played, 1-0. Come on, Grimsby. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Sanchez Ribas trying to track Watkins now. Running forward. Sanchez Ribas has been beaten, but he's there to mop up on the second chance. Greenwood is waiting for support. Greenwood finds Puig. Puig with his insane passing. Oh, Greenwood tries to thread it through to Sanchez Ribas, and Southampton managed to get the ball back to the goalkeeper and get it clear. Keep it under control there, Davis. That's it. Davis to Cabral. Cabral plays it forward to Greenwood. Greenwood back to Puig. Puig looking for the pass. Sanchez Ribas. Oh, Southampton defender there. Gets his block in, puts his body on the line, so to speak, to make that block as well. Cabral is over on the far side now to tackle that Southampton player, and the ball is out on the far side for a throw in. Cabral now getting back, trying to do his defensive duties, as we know he loves to do. Puts enough pressure on the player there, and Kabak is able to recover the possession. Kubo. Ref, come on, ref, there we go. Perfect position about 25 yards out. Alright. Oh wow, that was so bad. That was so bad. I still don't know how to take free kicks. I still don't know what the best way to take free kicks is on this game. Again, I don't know why they changed the free kick taking, to be fair. Yeah, I always liked the old style of free kick taking. Lining it up with the wall. Lining up the post with the wall. And scoring goals was fairly simple from free kicks, to be fair. Look at that, Kubo plays the ball in to Cabral. On the far side, cuts back in. Looking for the cross now. Oh, unlucky. Kubo somehow has won that header there. The tiny Japanese midfielder that we signed from Real Madrid in the last live stream. Kubo! Oh, unlucky Kubo. Unlucky. It was a good attempt. Look at that, outside of the left foot. Trying to curl it in to the left-hand side of the goalkeeper. Just wide. Hits the support, holding up the Southampton net there. So, was close, but could be doing better. Should be at least getting the goalkeeper to make a save there. There we go. There's the first half whistle. 1-0. We've been okay. It's been a bit cagey at the back. We're doing alright. You know, we are holding our own against Southampton at home. We've got a decent team, as I say. De Vecchi with that goal in the first half. Fantastic hit from him with his left foot. Here we go now. Kubo. We've got Greenwood in space. Greenwood's looking for someone to lay it off to. Oh, Sanchez Ribas is there. He just tries to get past his man. He can't do. Southampton coming on the counter-attack. Oh, that ball was cheaply given away there by Kabak at the back. Southampton now coming forward, bringing it forwards. Oh, Pereira, very, very good save down to his left. The not so young Brazilian goalkeeper now. I think he's what, 23 years old, 24 years old. I mean, he's still relatively young, but yeah, considering, you know, he's been with us for maybe one of the longest serving players. What am I doing there, Kubo? Get rid of it. Give it to one of your defenders who knows what to do in that situation. Here we go. Sanchez Ribas to Devechi. Devechi to Greenwood. Greenwood. Oh, he was looking for the run there of Puig, I think that was, getting forwards. There we go. Davis. Davis to Puig. Puig with the passing. Devechi is on this left-hand side now. Oh, Kubo. Oh, what a ball through to Kubo from Sanchez Ribas. That was absolutely sensational. Takefusa Kubo has been a sensation for us ever since we signed him at the start of this season. Absolutely amazing. Look at that, man. I mean, look at that pass. He times his run to perfection, hits it first time with his left peg, gets it across the goalkeeper, and it makes it 2-0. What a hit, son. Let's go. Absolutely amazing from the young Japanese attacking midfielder there. Cabral's coming off for Florinel Koeman. I think maybe a left mid signing might be in the offing, to be fair. I mean, Cabral is there and Koeman is there as a backup, but I feel like we kind of want a better backup option. You know, we want competition for starting 11 spots in this team. And I feel like there's a lot of competition everywhere else. Oh my gosh! What has happened there? How have we got away with that? Why is Guendouzi playing for Southampton? I don't know. Oh my god, can we not just get rid of the ball? Oh, what is going on there? What is going on there? Guendouzi now with a corner for Southampton on the far side. He floats it in. Pereira comes out, gets a good punch on it. And it does go out for a Southampton throw on this near side. Good ball from Guendouzi. Goalkeeper perhaps caught in a bit of two minds there, but he decided to punch, and thankfully it was a decent enough punch and we weren't punished from that. Sanchez Ribas plays it to Devechi. Devechi is looking to cut back inside, play to someone else. Koeman's there, takes a bit of a deflection off of one of our other players. Oh, who is that? Puig, Ricky Puig. Unlucky, son. Unlucky. Oh, I don't know if the goalkeeper had that covered, but should be getting out on target. Should be making the goalkeeper make a save. Bailey is coming on now for Puig. Southampton also making a couple of substitutions as well, I believe. Control it, lads. Get it on the floor. Get it on the floor and control it. So Southampton. Stay on him. Don't let him do you like that. Don't let him do you like that. What on Ampadu? Good pressure. Oh my god, now they're just showing off. Pereira, easy save. Perhaps should be holding on to that, Pereira, but oh my gosh, we just don't clear our lines again. Southampton with the high press overload. Pereira's there, he's offside though. What? Oh, it's a penalty. What the hell's going on there? I don't know how that's a penalty. I did not tackle him at all. What's happened there? What is like, please, someone explain what the hell has happened there. Oh, that is never a penalty. That is never a penalty. I don't know what the referee is seeing. The guy's tried to kick it. Lombo Suarez just happens to be like behind him as he slips and falls back into Lombo Suarez. Maybe the referee thought that he tugged his shirt, but certainly from what I saw, there was no physical contact from Lombo Suarez, or certainly no intent to make that tackle. I wouldn't even call that a tackle. It was just the Southampton striker slipped, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. If I knew why that was given as a penalty, I would not be complaining about that being given as a penalty. It's not like I slid in or did anything reckless there. I don't know. I just have nothing to say, I guess. Kubo. Oh, he tried the cheeky chip. We saw the goalkeeper come rushing off his line there. Just couldn't chip it. Devechi's there though. Devechi Plays it off to Bailey. Back to Devechi. Oh, Southampton managed to get clear their lines. There's 2 minutes added on. Shown by the fourth official on the touchline now. Let's just keep that clean, or not clean sheet, keep it to a 1-0 or 1-goal lead. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's 2-1. Grimsby Town. There we go. We'll take it. Pick up all 3 points. Should have kept the clean sheet in my mind. That penalty given against us was a bit of a dubious decision, to be honest. I don't see that as being a red card offence. Maybe the referee saw it in a different vein, but I just didn't see that as a red card offence. And I guess I would say that because it was given against me, but I don't know what's going on there. Honestly, I have no idea how that was a penalty.
Just a couple of questions.
Why didn't he make his debut? You know what? Good things come to those who wait. He's still a young guy. How do you improve defensively moving forward? I mean, things need to change. You know, things need to change. Can't be giving away silly penalties even though it wasn't a silly penalty. Yeah, you definitely must have seen another game. I feel like we were all over them. The only chance that we really gave them was when they did have that penalty, which shouldn't have been a penalty in my mind, but I'm going to stop complaining about that. Let's move on. We're still top of the Premier League table. Man United, hot on our heels, of course. Phillips going up to a 66 rating. Santos Dajuda, or Dajuda, Dajuda? I think that's how you say it, Dajuda. Kubo scoring yet another goal. Coming up against Crystal Palace now in the 6th game in this Premier League season. We are going to make some changes. Obviously, we are going to sim this game. I think we'll put Harrison on the pitch. I think we change this back to a cam. Give Moore a run out. Put Linz in. And also Edson Race. Let's get the midfield trio back in effect. Let's give Coman a start. You know what? We're actually going to give Marcos de Oliveira and Santos Dajuda games as well. And Daniele Ricci can come on. Why the hell not? Let's rotate the team. Leaving Greenwood on. Greenwood and Harrison up top. Lombo Suarez, of course, staying on the pitch as well to marshal his troops at the back. I mean, it's going to be a close one. Hey, look, you know what? He'll prove he's the right man. He's definitely playing in this one. I mean, we definitely do have enough squad depth, I think. Do you hope to? I mean, we believe we can. It's always going to be tough, obviously, in the Premier League. One of the toughest, if not the toughest league in Europe. So let's go ahead and sim this game. An away game against Crystal Palace. Let's go. As I pour myself a drink, can we win? Oh, and there we go. The unbeaten run is over. 5 games at the start of the season, unbeaten. Or yeah, 5 games was it? Unbeaten, 15 points. Unfortunately, we can't beat Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. So, yeah, unlucky. Harrison scoring a goal though, which is good. Obviously, bit of a rotated side there, so I don't really expect anything from that. Got an EFL Cup game coming up as well, so I feel like more rotation is going to be required. Hey, look. You know what, mate? Mate, calm down, Davis. You are an all-important member of the team. Of course you are. It's just, yeah, it's just rotation, man. That's all it is. It's just rotation. So like I say, we've got Derby in the EFL Cup. Not really one of those games that I'm looking to play or even needing to play. Rogel complaining, saying that he's been in good form. Hey, mate. You're good. You're good. You're gonna play, mate. You're gonna play Rogel. Don't you worry about that. I think we'll keep the basis of the team the same. Greenwood maybe change for Morrow. I think Linz for Davis. The Vecchi can come on maybe as well. Maybe we put Linz in there and we will give Rogel a run out. I think that, you know what, we'll give Kingsley or Fire a game. Why not? Why not give him a game? The young Nigerian goalkeeper. And I think we'll keep the rest of it the same. Let's go ahead and sim this one. EFL Cup, rotated team. Coming up against Derby County. Let's see how this one goes. 4-0. Mason Moore picking up 2 goals. Devechi and Harrison contributing with the other goals as well. So keeping a clean sheet is always good. Or Fire picks up a clean sheet. A couple of yellow cards in that game. Puig came off the bench and picked up a yellow card very, very late on, and there was also a yellow card for Davis and Harrison. So maybe we were a bit aggressive in the tackling, but that's what I like to see. You know, be thorough in your tackles. You know, don't leave a tackle. Don't give any half measures, I guess, in that tackle. Kubo getting a bit upset with us. So we'll rotate the team a tiny bit. I think we'll sim this one and then play the next one. Sanchez Ribas, we'll put him back in. We'll put Greenwood back in. Let's change this to CF and get Kubo on the go. Puig can come back in. De Vecchi is there. Cabral. We're going to reinstate Lombo Suarez and Kabak. And we're going to put Pereira back in goal, of course. Let's also sort out our bench. Daniel Iriki can go there. Rogel can stay there. Morrow, Bailey. That's probably the best. I mean, maybe Harrison for Morrow. Seems like the best way to do it, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's probably the best that we can do. We've obviously got Dajuda not in the squad today, but let's sim this one. Hopefully we can come away from this game with all 3 points. There on a 3-game losing streak. We've lost twice against Leicester, so once in the league and once in the Carabao Cup. And we win 2-1. Greenwood scores and Linz comes off the bench as well to score. I've just seen as well, Everton went down to 10 men just after the start of the second half, so it was never going to be an easy task for them to pick up any points in that game. And yeah, like I say, Linz coming off the bench, picking up a goal. That wins us all 3 points in that one. Kubo, you are an absolutely sensational player. Don't you worry about that, mate. In second place, Man United must have picked up a draw at some point, I think. Played 7, got 17 points. Similar again, Santos Dajuda keeps giving me those A ratings, but obviously having the dribbling down at such a low number is probably going to take some time for him to even improve. I think if we can try to get his dribbling up to like 50 or something, then we might change. Oh, Jordan Evans, what's going on? Someone has scouted one of the young players that was that we were looking at. Jordan Evans, that sounds like an English name. Let's have a look. Where is this guy? This guy here is in England. Oh, Jordan Evans, 41, 57, 17, 94. It's not great for us, but again, seemed a bit low in terms of his overall rating. So can't really complain there. I mean, they're coming and steal him from under our nose. Oh, this is a big game. I'm glad I simmed the last game so that I can play this one, keep everything nice and fair. But we've got Man United in the next game. They are top of the table at the moment, 1 point ahead of ourselves and Liverpool in the Premier League. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Got a couple of scouting updates from our youth scouts. Peter Davis comes in 56-68, 75-91. You can stay in there. 48 to 58. You're just going to take ages to train up, mate. Same as you. You're decent, Alfie Collins. I mean, it's not what I'm looking for because you're right back, but decent nonetheless, mate. You are decent. You are going to stay in our youth assignment. I think everyone else here is going to stay in as well. Let's have a look now. Kleber Menezes, Igor Cardoso, sorry mate, you're out. So are you, Leonardo Castro. Dennis Moraes can go. Felipe Silveira can also go. We'll keep the rest of them in. Just doing a bit of housekeeping now, looking through our youth scout updates. Stefano Greco, Gabriele Russo, Marco Moretti, Alessandro Guidi, and Gabriel Giordano. No one really sticks out. This guy's already gone. This was the guy who's gone to FC Tokyo. Goalkeeper, so I'm not really too annoyed by that. But yeah, there we go. We've got Stefano Mancini, 15-year-old left winger. Could be the answer to my left midfield prayers there. Let's check out the squad. I think this is probably the best squad that we can play. And it has to be, really. I mean, I think we're going to leave Marcos de Oliveira on the pitch. Pereira's gone up to 83 as well. I think Bailey might have just snuck up to an 85 rated right winger as well. So we've got we've got a decent team, you know. It's nothing to be sniffed at. Like I say, Edson Race being left out of the squad consistently now is not great. I mean, I have just seen he's gone up to 82, so we are trying to train him up. But yeah, we come up against Man United, second game on the live stream that we are playing. Man United top of the Premier League table. It's going to be a difficult one. It is going to be a difficult one. Here we go. Look at this. Pass masters. Pass masters. Oh. Oh no. There we go. That's where it ends. We were pass masters for like a good 30 seconds there.
A long way to go this season.
Man United. First and second here. Man United. With Marcus Rashford still, and that looked like Tahith Chong. Oh, look at that. Old Trafford absolutely empty there. I mean, obviously just filling up still, but it looks absolutely atrocious. There we go. That's what we like to see at Old Trafford. Full stand. I have no idea who that player is, but he looks like he could be one of their forward players. So, or no, he's actually one of their defenders. This guy is Sanchez. Is that Davinson Sanchez? Is he still playing? Still got Marcus Rashford. They got Depay back as well, which is interesting. Man United signing Memphis Depay after selling him to Olympique Lyonnais a few seasons ago. Maybe realising their error. Here we go, Puig. Oh, Tahith Chong there. Just gets a foot on it. Pokes it away from our attacking player on this near side, who I believe is Cabral. Here goes Chong. Chong with that unmissable hair. Oh, he's cut back. Stay on it, stay on it, stay on it, lads. There we go, there we go. Greenwood. Greenwood, of course, returning to Manchester United after we signed him last season. Or at least a few seasons ago. De Vecchi! Ooh, who is that in between the sticks? There's still David De Gea there for Manchester United. He's been there for quite some time now. Good save from him though. Oh no, we really need someone else there that isn't Kubo trying to pick that up. Here comes Rashford. We've always got to be wary of Marcus Rashford and the threat that he does pose for this Man United side. There we go, good pressure on Marcus Rashford there. Come on. Kubo. Sanchez, Ribas. Oh, again forcing David De Gea to make a smart save. Good whipped in ball. Kubo's there to pick it up this time. Plays it back to Kubo. Oh, he shouldn't have been taking that shot there. Should not have been taking that shot. Oh, unlucky. Right. They're now trying to overflow on this near side. Sanchez. I don't think that's Alexis Sanchez. Good header though, away by Lombo Suarez. Why are you passing it to the geezer there? Cabral, come on. Oh, he's offside. Greenwood is offside. Oh, would be great for Greenwood to score against his old team. Just went too quickly, just went too early. The ball was a bit delayed, but really should be doing better in terms of holding up his run. There we go, Kubo. Plays it through to Sanchez Ribas. Plays it back to Kubo. Oh, Sanchez there with a good interception to thwart us from getting a shot off on target. Never Puig is there making that interception. Sorry. Greenwood goes for the long shot. Oh, David De Gea makes a smart save. Gets it down. Pushes it past the outside of his left post there. We're whipping the ball in again. David De Gea comes to punch. Davis. Oh! Somehow managed to get that shot on target. De Gea, I mean, I'd like to think he's still a bit overrated on this game. Oh,
That's very effective. Good high pressing.
come on.
Standard
Davis,
up to
oh my gosh. Who is this guy? Why is he so quick? Oh, Davis. Why is it Dave? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was gonna happen, wasn't it? It was gonna happen. Ah! That is frustrating to say the least. It was a perfectly well worked goal from our corner as well. You know, they managed to get the ball from their headed clearance and they just counter attacked us on this near side. They're coming again with Daniel James. Oh my gosh, why are we just laying off of him like that? Chong is onside. Pereira comes out, makes a good save. Chong head in hands there. Man United really proving and showing why they're top of the table at the moment. Still early days, but they are not a team to be messed with for sure. De Vecchi still has the ball somehow. We're waiting for support. Players being forced to defend that corner there. Now we're just waiting for the support, waiting for the prime opportunity. It would be fantastic if we could pick up a goal just before half time, of course. A couple of minutes added on. Greenwood plays it forward. Kubo! Oh! Greenwood! Oh. Ah! Can't grab the goal before half time. Man United go into it at the break 1-0. We've had our chances. I mean, De Gea has been sensational for Man United in front of goal so far in this game. We just haven't been able to get past him. I mean, it's not like we haven't had our chances. Like I say, we've had quite a few shots on target, but De Gea has just been there every single time to stop us making a dent in that Man United defence. Cabral looking for someone to play it back to. Davis is there. Davis! Oh, De Gea again. De Gea again. I can't believe that this far in the future De Gea is still this good. Oh, it was onside as well. Greenwood was onside there. They had a defender back on the line playing him onside. Ref! No, I don't. There we go. I don't like doing that. Greenwood! He's looking for a goal against his former team is what's going on here. Perhaps should be choosing a bit of a better option, but it's not good, it's not good. We haven't looked good so far in the second half. Man United looking well on top of their game. Oh my gosh, James with a fantastic pass there. Pereira pushes the ball over the top. Oh my gosh, this is not going good so far. Not going good so far at all. Here comes the corner, and it's floated all the way across and will go out for a throw on the far side towards the corner. Here we go. Florinel Koeman is on for Cabral. Oh, Puig! I thought you had 94 long passing. Oh my gosh, who is that guy? Tonelli was that. Here we go. Koeman. Why would you play your through ball there? Oh, defenders are just there just to get him, just getting away.
Struggling in terms of possession, but when they've had the ball, they keep delivering the sucker punch.
Oh.
Great advert for low possession, counter-attacking football. It's really working.
And a goal at Stamford Bridge, I'm being told, but for which? And attempting the through ball. Surely the equaliser.
Oh, come on. They're putting their bodies on the line. This is getting really annoying. We're making a substitution. Kubo's coming off for Harrison. It has been frustrating for us in front of goal so far in this game. We just need a goal, just equalise, and then we can get ourselves back in this game. Oh no, it's come off the post. Oh, how has that happened? How? Oh, no, we're offside. Greenwood is offside. This is not good. I mean, fair credit to Man United. They have been fantastic in this game. Like I say, I mean, although they haven't had a lot of the ball in this game, they have used it effectively. De Gea, as I say, has been sensational in front of goal for Man United. I don't know what that pass was. Get it out from the back. There we go. Riqui Puig.
Inside the last quarter of an hour.
Oh, looking for the Vecchi on this near side, but the ball was just not good enough. Not good enough, you know. It was always going to be tough against this Man United outfit, considering how well they are doing in the league so far. But I didn't think we wouldn't be scoring against them. I mean, De Gea has been, like I keep saying, he's been fantastic in front of goal, or in between the goal for Man United. Again, what is that? Why would you play that pass there when you had a man right in front of you? You had a man right in front of you there. So why would you?
In the second half, what will be the thinking in the camp, Lee Dixon?
Well, all the United players will be
Oh my gosh, what is that pass? What is that? How is that a through ball? That is never a through ball when you pass it straight to the man next to you. And I'm pressing the through ball button. Oh, this is a bit frustrating in terms of, you know, we're coming up against. What is that? Oh my god, what is that? Caught ball watching. Caught just trying to look for the pass. I thought that the Gazer was, you know, going to actually do something with it and not get tackled. Obviously not. Here we go, all out attack now. Let's go.
1 minute remaining. Greenwood.
Please, someone do something.
There will be a minimum of 2 added minutes. Will he finish?
Oh, De Gea again! De Gea again has been sensational in goal for Man United, I can't lie. He's stopped everything that's come at him. We've got a goalkeeper up the pitch now. Oh, what is that? Oh. Full time whistle, 1-0 to United. It was tough to come to Old Trafford. De Gea was, look at that, I mean look at that screen, save. He made at least 6 saves in that game and potentially some more. 100%, he's made more than just those 6 saves. I mean, dominated or slightly bossed the possession over Man United, had more shots on target. Just De Gea. It was just De Gea. That's what stopped us from getting anything from that game. De Gea certainly man of the match in that one. Frustrating. I mean, it was first versus second, and it's just frustrating.
I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
You know what? Our confidence is solid. It's nothing to do with our confidence. It wasn't our best day. It definitely wasn't. Concentrate on what we can do better. Don't give a damn about Tonelli. Tonelli didn't do anything. Where's the De Gea comment? Why are you guys not talking about David De Gea? Look at that. David De Gea save denies Grimsby equaliser. I mean, his saves deny us anything from that game. It was, as I say, a sensational performance from David De Gea in between the sticks for Man United in that one. So, what more can you say? There isn't really much more that you can say after a performance like that. We left it all out on the field. We have slipped down now out of the top 4, down into 6th place. It's less than ideal, but I mean, it's very early days. And of course, losing against Man United isn't really... I mean, it's less than ideal, but if there is a team that you're going to lose against, you'd rather it be a good team and not a team that is below you in the table. So, holding down 6th place at the moment, we've got Man City up next. It doesn't get any easier for us playing the Manchester clubs back to back. We have had quite a long week or so break in between these games. So let's go. Let's sim this one without making any changes. Man City obviously in the Champions League, winning 3 of their last 3 games. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's just not true because Sane just doesn't play for Man City. But Sane scored 2 goals and they beat us 4-0. Ruthless from Manchester City there. Still on 16 points then. It's not great. It's not been great, I must admit. Phillips is up to 67. Young players are still coming through. It's not been a good last couple of games for us. We'll sim one more and then play. We got Tottenham coming up again. Just doesn't get any easier. How can we play Man United, Man City, and Tottenham back to back, and then we got Liverpool in the Carabao Cup game? Oh my gosh, this is absolutely ridiculous. Just absolutely, we're going to sim it again. We have to. We're going to rotate the squad in the next one and we'll potentially lose against Liverpool. But come on, please, can we win? 2-2. I'll take it a point away from home. De Vecchi picking up both goals. They score the equaliser very late on. It's a point away from home. So it's okay. It's okay. Like I say, we've got Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, or yeah, EFL Cup. Davis, look, you know what? I expect more from you, dude. You still have your place in the squad. Don't you worry about that, Patrick. If needs be, I will sell De Vecchi for 200 million, and you'll have firmly secured your place in the starting 11. Marquis de Oliveira is there now. Fantastic, 81 from Marquis de Oliveira. As good as Ethan Ampadu now. The sim forward, we got Liverpool, as I say, in the EFL Cup. The sim forward, rotate the squad a little bit now. Let's give Harrison, Morrow. Oh, we don't want you there. We want Race maybe in there. I want to change that position to Cam is what I want to do. Put Race in there. Puig can be swapped for more. We'll get Limbs. We'll get the old gang back together. We'll get, no, not Kubo. We'll put Patrick Bailey over on the left, Coman. Ampadu can come back in the squad. And we will also get Santos Dajuda and Santos Dajuda, Vogel and Riki into the team. That is probably good enough. Someone does not want to be on that bench. Let's do that. Let's go. It's been a tough one so far on this stream. Let's sim this one against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. See how it goes. Rotating the team, of course. Trying to keep everyone fit. 3-1. I don't really mind that too much. Vogel picks up a bit of an injury. Bailey missed a penalty. And yeah, Harrison picked up a goal. So, what can you say about that? What can you say about that? I mean, it means that we are out of a cup competition, but I'm not too worried about that. We are dropping down into 7th place now. Obviously, we want to try and finish in that top 4 position at the end of the season. Oh, what is this? Greetings, we've received multiple reports from players and their agents about how the demands aren't met with satisfactory results. You must handle the situation with urgency because we cannot have our public image affected by reports of mistreatment of our players. What? Who's complaining about me? Who's... What? Dude, I'm rotating the squad. Oh, this is the beginning of the end, guys. This is... Look at... Oh my god, I'm down to 59 rating, manager.
Hi guys, I think we're ready for questions now.
I've just seen that I'm down to a 59. I'm down to a 59 manager rating. When the hell did that happen? Apparently the players are complaining about me. The player... What? What's going on? Why are they complaining? I'm going to play this game and I'm going to try and win it like 8-0. That's the only thing that I can think that might actually make the team a bit happier. But what is going on? Their expectations aren't met. Is that because I just fallen outside of the Champions League spots in my 2nd season in the Premier League and now everyone's getting upset? I don't know if that's how that works. Like, Bailey, why are you unhappy? You just played the last couple of games. Why are you unhappy with me? Oh, these guys are starting to annoy me now. Starting to annoy me. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good when it gets to that stage, you know. I mean, you lose confidence in the players. The players lose confidence in you and the way that you are performing as manager. But look at that, 59. We're down to 59 rating as the manager. We need to fix that. We need to win this game against Aston Villa. That's all that we can do. We have to win this game. We have to win it quite competently as well. Maybe even play a couple of games in a row to try and sort that out. That's not good, man. It's not good. It's sort of annoying me at the moment. Yeah, I can see Books in the chat. How's it going, dude? It's not been great so far in this stream, mate. It's hopefully you can bring the good energy and the positive vibes, but it's not been good. Our manager rating's down to 59 because we all of a sudden lost a couple of games in a row, didn't get results going our way, and we dropped out of the Champions League positions. And now the team are just complaining because they're outside of the Champions League spots, even though this is our second season in the Premier League. I don't understand it. I mean, we haven't been playing well in the games that we have played, but we have come up against, you know, Man United, Man City, and Tottenham back to back, and then Liverpool in the Carabao Cup as well. You know, playing arguably, you know, 4 out of the top 6 teams. What I don't know what else they expect from me. Kubo, oh look, goalkeeper makes another fantastic save. We should have beat Man United, by the way. We should have beat them. Apart from David De Gea in between the goal. Should have definitely beat Man United. He made about 6 or 7 saves to deny us in front of goal. Cabral wins the corner there on the far side. It's absolutely tipping it down here in Grimsby. Oh, what kind of header was that? I don't know what Greenwood was trying, but it was inventive, to say the least. It's not been good, man. If I do get sacked by Grimsby, I may be tempted to start a new career mode. Either that or go abroad somewhere with like a sort of semi-low team. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What is going on? What's going on defensive? I don't know how to defend. I don't know how to defend. It's embarrassing, honestly. Get it away, clear your lines, oh my gosh, please, get it away, there we go, counter. Oh, De Vecchi, should be doing better there, trying to cut back in. Oh my gosh, what are you doing, what are these guys doing? Come on, please. Greenwood, there we go. I don't care. The sweaty goal. I don't give a damn. That's what we need, you know, to instill the confidence back into the squad. Doing a mannequin challenge celebration. There we go. I don't care. It's a sweat. You can judge me all you want. That's all I wanted, just to get a goal in this game. Calm my nerves a little bit. Fantastic, nice little 1-2 interplay between our two strikers. Greenwood plays a through ball to Sanchez Ribas, and Sanchez Ribas squares it back across goal, and it's an easy tap in for Mason Greenwood. 22 minutes played, 1-0 at home against Aston Villa. It's a much needed goal after recent performances. Hopefully we can keep it up for the remainder of the first half, going into the second half as well. Here we go. What do I think about QPR winning against Leeds? I mean, I went to watch that game. I was there live. I went to watch that game. Oh, there we go, the 2-0. Look at that. Sanchez Ribas. You wait forever for 1, and then 2 come at once. Yeah, I was at that game. I was sat there with a couple of guys from work, one of whom was a Leeds supporter, and we were watching the game in a QPR stand, and it was fantastic. Especially, you know, we scored the goal. Obviously, after the fact, you watch the goal and you see how much of a not deliberate handball, but the handball certainly, I guess twice, he handballed the ball twice, kept it under control, and then poked it home past the goalkeeper. That was fantastic. And then for them in the second half to win a penalty, and then the goalkeeper saves it, and then they go down to 10 men very late on. It was just fantastic, to be honest. It was great. Obviously, it would have been a bit worse if it went the opposite way, but it was just fantastic, and it made it even better by the fact that I was there with. Oh my gosh, what's going on there? What is going on there? What's that defending? I honestly don't know what happened from that corner. I want to watch that again, because what the hell happened? That's not an own goal. Who? Oh look, come on, Greenwood. I don't know what that was. Honestly don't know. Like, what do you do about that? Their attacking player flicks it on, and Greenwood is just trying to run forward. You know, De Vecchi is in acres of space here. Greenwood with a chance for redemption. There we go. The second goal of the game. Easy, easy as you like. That's it. Remember the name on the back of the shirt, Mason Greenwood. Yeah, no. Like I say, the QPR game was fantastic, especially when you get to like rub it in to your friends who actually support Leeds. It's always great. I mean, there was a bit of obviously that goal potentially. If we were in the Premier League, VAR would have definitely ruled that one out. But yeah, I'll take it. You know, it's a 1-0 win. We have won the last 3 home games that we played. It just, I mean, it doesn't bode too well when we go away from home. We're not that great away from home. Tonight we are playing against Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup, and that is at home. So hopefully we might be able to do something there, and maybe progress on into round 5 of the FA Cup. But yeah, I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful for QPR in the FA Cup. The only saving grace is, like I say, is that we are playing at home. I mean, Leeds. I think I've read a stat somewhere talking about Leeds. Like Leeds and West Brom, in their last like 13 games combined, they've only won 1 in between them. Like in all of the games that they've played in the Championship, they've only won 1 game in the last 13 or 14 games. So that's both clubs combined. That is only 1. Oh, what a goal that would have been! But yeah, I think Leeds as well. Like a couple of months ago, Leeds and West Brom were like 10 points ahead of 3rd place, and now it's only down to like 2 or 3 points. And then from like 3rd place, or from 6th place down to about where we are, QPR, and about 13th place. There's only like 3. I think it is 6 points or so, 6 or 7 points that separate us. So a few wins on the bounce could, push us towards the top. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful if I think that QPR are going to do well in the Championship. It is very, very tight though. Like I say, I mean, there's only a couple of points really separating like 17th place down all the way up to 3rd place, to be honest. Greenwood, oh my gosh. Easy peasy. There we go. Oh, Mason Greenwood. I mean, he's technically scored 4 goals in this game. He scored a hat-trick and then an own goal. Oh, too easy, Greenwood. That's what we need, man. We need a confidence booster, you know. We needed this game. After the last 4 games that we've playing the game against Man United, swimming against Man City and Tottenham, picking up 1 point from those 2 games, and then swimming against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, playing 4 of the top 6 teams in a row. It wasn't easy for us, and the media are putting maybe unnecessary pressure on the players. Players not really happy with us performing as badly as we were as the manager. But there we go, 4-1. That's what we need, and it's still not over. It's very early on in the second half. More goals are sure to come. Hopefully we can get more goals. Mason Greenwood looking to turn provider now. He's waiting for the hold-up play. Puig is there. Puig plays that ball. Kubo takes a deflection, goes out for a corner kick down towards our left on this near side. Here we go. Let's whip it in. Kubo making a substitution. Cabral come off Coman. It's come on. Floating the ball in. Oh! He's tried to do the phenomenal there. He's tried to do the sensational with the overhead kick. I want to have a look at this again. Oh, tried it. He tried the overhead kick. Wasn't to be. Was not to be, unfortunately. But yeah, 4-1. Like I say, we're not going to let up anytime soon. Here we go, Puig. Oh, looking for the ball over the top. Couldn't get it off in time before the defender tracked back. No. Oh, good defending. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Look at that through ball. Kubo. Greenwood for his 4th. Oh, Greenwood. It is the Mason Greenwood show. It is the Mason Greenwood show. 5-1.
Well, here's the
4 goals
yet another goal
for Mason Greenwood. Look at that. He takes his tally to 5 goals in the Premier League. 4 of them in one game.
today.
I mean, Sanchez Ribas has just been outshone by his attacking partner in this game. 4-1. Maybe that's the confidence that he needs. I don't know what that was. I don't know what kind of pass that was from Aston Villa. But I won't complain. Here goes Puig. Plays it into Greenwood again. Greenwood looking to get someone else on the score sheet. De Vecchi. Oh, his first touch lets him down. Ah, could have been 6. Could have been 6. I'm not really going to complain when it's 5, but it could have been 6. Greenwood. Oh, Sanchez Ribas is through. Ref! Oh, I thought that might have been. If they got any contact on the man there, it would definitely would have been a penalty. But get away with that one. Oh, again, getting the foot in just before Sanchez Ribas had a chance to turn and face goal. Puig trying to track back, do his defensive duties on this near side. The ball is whipped in flat and low across the ground. Am I in the transfer window? I'm not. I'm not in the transfer window. I'm like midway through October, I think. We did make a couple of signings on the last live stream. We made one signing at the start of this live stream as well. Just a backup defender who I potentially paid way too much for. I thought he was going to be a lot better than he actually was. I didn't have time to scout him. I just wanted to get another defender into the mix because yeah, we don't really have too many good backup defenders at the moment. But made that decision. Oh, what a ball that is! Come on! Oh, it's too close to the goalkeeper. Fantastic, incisive pass that was from Mason Greenwood, the 4-goal hero in this game. Oh, dawdling, whatever you want to call it, on the ball there. Aston Villa managed to get the ball away. Good, strong challenge there. Sanchez Ribas plays it forward. Kubo's looking for support. Finds it in Greenwood. Greenwood trying to play through someone else. Oh, Greenwood. Unlucky. But there we go. 5-1. 5-1. Greenwood with 4 goals. 5 attempts, 4 goals. Picks up the match ball. He also did score the own goal, but we won't talk about that. Fantastic performance there from Mason Greenwood. Absolutely amazing. Who did we sign? We signed some random young Brazilian defender. He's 24 years old and he came in as a 76 rated player, which is not good because I signed him for 15 million. His stats looked a lot better than they were. We just have to keep the momentum now. Hey, look, you know what? Greenwood is a fantastic player. He's been with us for what now? 2.5 seasons or so. I still can't believe that we are 58 rating in terms of our manager rating. It's pissing me off. This is the guy that we signed, by the way. This guy. I guess we'll just try and get his defending up, maybe. I don't know if that's going to help him up a little bit, but his rating isn't increasing as we would have hoped, basically. We also signed Kubo in the last episode and Puig, Ricky Puig. We signed up. I expect more of this. Renato. Look, we're in 6th. I come up against Liverpool. Look, give me a fucking break. I've literally... I started the season playing against Southampton, simmed a couple of games, played against Man United, and then I've played Aston Villa, and that's about it in terms of teams that are not in the top 6. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, honestly. The scheduling is just fucked, to say the least. All of these guys still seem decent. Let's keep them all in for now. Going through some of our youth reports. You're not good enough, mate. Neither are you. Neither are you. I'm really looking for a standout player, but I don't think we are going to have a standout player anytime soon. What I could do is I could be cheeky and I could like redeem one of those scout a youth player who's going to have a high potential. But I don't want to do that because I feel like that's cheating. I feel like that is cheating. Unless you guys want me to do that, unless you guys want me to use like one of those like EA perk things where you can just redeem it and send one of your scouts out to find a good young player. You know what? I think we're gonna play. I think we're gonna play this game back to back. I feel like, look, Bailey's annoyed with me. Kabak is up to 84 rated. I'm gonna put Santos Dajuda on the pitch. I'm gonna change this back to a cam and get Mason Moore on the go as well. And then Harrison was complaining, so let's get Harrison on the pitch. I need to play this game. I need to try and get confidence back in the team. You know, yeah, I mean, we slipped outside of the Champions League spots and they're annoyed. Even though Champions League is one of our low important objectives. But you can see, look, Liverpool have got Eden Hazard as well as all the other players that they've got on their team. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. But we'll certainly do our best. There we go, beat him at the near post there. Oh, good punch away. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Stretching out the neck. We're at Anfield as well. Fabinho, the captain of Liverpool in today's game. I don't know if they've still got like Salah and the like, but yeah, we've got Harrison. We're giving Harrison a game against Liverpool. It's going to be tough. Coming to Anfield is never an easy task. Mason Moore, that's it. Calm it down, Mason. The club captain, Mason Moore there. He's been with us for quite some time. Harrison. Oh, Sanchez, Ribas. Ah! That's all I can say to that. I'm just frustrated. Oh my gosh. Suso. Are you being serious? As in the Suso? Oh my gosh. Why is Pereira having to come and jump?
Well, the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack.
Oh, I thought he was on. I thought he was onside. That would have been a perfect ball over the top from Ricky Puig, but wasn't to be. That ball is out. There we go. Come on, please. Let's just get an early goal here. Mason Moore. Ref! Oh! See, I wanna, like, I don't even know what I want to say there. I don't want to swear too much. Is the issue? Oh, Sanchez Ribas pulls his shot. Sometimes I wonder how he can be an 89 rated striker, especially when he does stuff like that. Honestly, does make me wonder. Wow, what a tackle that was. Come on, please. Ah, look, how are you 89 rated? There's absolutely no way this geezer is an 89 rated player. He's like, sometimes he's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes he is a fantastic footballer. But there's no way he's an 89 rated footballer when he does stuff like that. When he's picking out the backheel pass when the backheel pass is not necessary. That really grinds my gears. Mason Moore's through. Ref! Penalty! Send him off! Get him off the pitch! Ref, get him off the pitch! Oh, you're kidding me. He's last man. Oh my gosh! As if Alisson has saved it. Fuck. What is going on in today's stream? What the... Oh, why would you play it forward there, man? Where's the support? There was literally no support there. How has Alisson saved that penalty?
Ricky Puig. Oh, a perfectly timed pass.
Oh my gosh, are you actually fucking kidding me? Are we having one of these games again? This is the Man United game all over again. This is the Man United game all over again.
Cut out.
The fucking goalkeepers are just overpowered in this game. And yet if it was me, if it's my goalkeeper, he's just fucking bricking himself and just falling to shit.
Stamford Bridge. Let's hear about it from Alan McInally. It's a goal for Chelsea.
Oh, why did you not hold your run, you cunt?
Alan McInally.
Right, that's it. The gloves are off now. The swear words are out of the box because this game. See, do you know what pisses me off? Oh, why did you not? Why was I stuck on the player who's on the floor? I could not change the player.
Well, Derek, there's nothing between these two
Like, what
teams.
pissed me off, right, is that before I started FIFA this evening, there was an update being like, "Yo, we've got a new update. We've improved everything about this game," and you haven't.
Very smart defending and now
Just
it's
haven't.
the ball again.
Oh, you're not an 89 rated player, Sanchez Ribas. You are an 8 rated player at best. At best, you are not. You're no way are you 89. Oh, how are you not making that run, Harrison? How did you not see the fucking 400 yards of space that you had?
Will it lead to the goal that puts them ahead?
Oh, Mason, we have been all over them.
But the power was there.
Our goalkeeper has not had to make any kind of save. Alisson saved a penalty, and it's just giving me flashbacks of the Man United game.
At Anfield.
Giving me flashbacks of the Man United game. That's really fucking annoying me. How does Sanchez Ribas? You're not an 89 rated player if you miss a penalty. I don't care. Oh my god, look, you're not 8 ref. There we go. Well done, ref.
Illegal play and hence a free kick.
Well done, ref.
Ricky Puig.
There we go. Why are you dropping so deep?
Fruitful looking attack. Genuinely thought they might cash in
Oh.
on the occasion, but haven't been able to do so. Quick thinking to dispossess his opponent.
How that's? Oh my god! I swear, FIFA.
Exact details from Alan.
I was so close to punching a hole in my fucking monitor there.
Regular updates
I
from
don't
Alan
care. How?
Chiesa.
Get it away.
Read it magnificently
There we go.
and intercepted.
Oh my god, Harrison.
You'll join us for
Still
more
got it.
live Premier League and
Also, oh my god, how have you still got it?
Liverpool taking on Leeds United.
Yeah, get
There's a
Please,
slot
please,
through
please.
pass. Can he take it
There we go. Come on.
back?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't care.
It's taken a while, but the
Take the piss in front of the fucking Liverpool fans.
obviously it's a tap in, Derek, but it's the patience in the box I like.
That is not a tap-in.
Instinct, just waiting for the ball
No
to
way is
come.
that a tap-in. Mason Moore's off the pitch now. But oh my gosh. 1-0. Oh right, focus. We don't need this to happen now.
Tammy Abraham.
Liverpool somehow signed Tammy Abraham. I don't know how they got away with that. We've taken off Moore for Greenwood. Oh my god, Tammy, calm down. Tammy,
Oh, they have it again.
you're injured in real life. Don't make me injure you in FIFA as well.
Inside the final 30 minutes.
Oh, Harrison.
And
Not
now
good, not good, not
Keyside.
good. I'm panicking, man. This is the game. This is the win that we need. Our next fixture is against Arsenal. Arsenal is our next fixture. Are you kidding me? When are we going to get like a break and play some shit teams? When are we going to play some shit teams? Literally, I will have played like the entire top 6 in the first 2 months. How is that possible? Who comes up with like the fixtures lists?
St. Mary's. Alan McInally can fill us in. It's the second goal. Will he find
Harrison! Oh, good attempt.
Apologies to
There we go, there we go, there we go.
Having to cut him off in his pomp. To confirm, Southampton did score in that game. And they're in front at the moment by 2 goals.
Oh, why did you not make... Who is that? Why are you not running further forward?
Danger averted for
Oh
now.
my god, what is that header? What is that header? Get up, that's it, win the ball back.
Bit sloppy in possession. Dangerous looking attack.
Why are you on the floor, Sanchez Ribas?
Can he finish this?
Oh my god, Alisson, what is going on with you? Why are the goalkeepers so overrated in this game?
And it's a matter of what occurs in the final 15
Please.
minutes.
Ref! Hello? Are you watching the same game as me? Clearly not.
Fabinho
Clearly
now.
not. Clearly not. I mean, because when, you know, if I was to push you on the floor, it wouldn't be a foul, would it? Please, Sanchez Ribas, go. I know you're going away from goal. Just run.
Good looking sequence. It's there for him.
Oh, look, again, Alisson. Alisson, what is going on? The goalkeepers, first De Gea, now Alisson. It's literally like they're just on some kind of steroids.
Puig. And they continue to advance. And a lot of options here.
Oh, that was not the ball I was looking for. I swear, you know what? I need to... Do you know what they should do? They should invent like a controller for FIFA that you control with your mind, because clearly the game does not know where I'm pointing my left stick.
Liverpool have given it away.
Again, what the fuck are you doing? Ah! Why did you...
Interception there.
Please, please, 2 minutes, please. Please, 2 minutes. That's off. That's off. That's off. Oh, how the fuck has he kept that on? Come on, ref.
Time and circumstance.
Thank
There it
you.
is, the final
Oh my
whistle.
gosh, that was tough. Alisson, the fucking dickhead. That was tough. It was a tough game. I'm glad we won it. That's all I can say. It was less than ideal. Now we got Arsenal in our next game, and I sort of feel obliged to play it. It's time to focus on our next game. You know what? We gave it our all. We definitely did. And it wasn't easy to get past them because Alisson apparently is just
Thank you so much.
he has magnets in his hands, basically. Still at 58. We're in 6th place. We're still at 58 rating. My back is sweating quite a bit as well. I'm sweating quite a bit. Maybe I need to get this stuff off of the back of the chair. Put that to one side. Oh, I need to relax a bit. Harrison, yeah, Harrison isn't great. I mean, he's okay. He scored the goal, to be fair to him, but yeah, I know what you mean. He's good in the games that we sim, to be honest. Look, we're going up against Arsenal in our next game. Another team above us in the table, and we're only in 6th. How can we be going up against so many teams above us so early on in the Premier League? Oh. Morrow is coming up through nicely. We might have to start playing him instead of Harrison and see how well he does in front of goal. But yeah, so got this game against Arsenal. If we win it, we will jump back above Arsenal in the league. We're going to reinstate the first team back into the squad. Got Kubo in there, Devechi. We're going to put Ampadu back in there. I think that's all we can do, really. Race is a bit unhappy with us. We might actually have to sell Race. He's not progressing as well as he potentially should be and could be doing. But yeah, we're going to play this one. First time ever, I think we've played 3 games back to back. But it has to be done. Has to be done. I want to pick up all 3 points against them in this game. But I think this might be the last one on the stream for today. It's been a bit of a frustrating one, coming up against so many good teams so early on in the Premier League season. Hopefully what that does mean, though, is that we will be able to come up against some, you know, sort of lesser teams as we do go forward in the Premier League. So hopefully might make our job a lot easier as we, you know, get into the nitty-gritty of the Premier League season, and we might be actually, you know, being able to sim games without the fear of losing. So yeah, we're going to play this one against Arsenal. How much did Kubo cost? I think he cost... You know what? I think he cost like... He was either 12 million or he was 8.8 million.
Thanks, Derek. Good atmosphere.
And the reason I say that is because I know that him and Puig both had release clauses in their or they both had like release clauses in their contracts. I think Kubo I signed for 8.8 million. Really, yeah, I couldn't believe that. I honestly couldn't believe it because yeah, the guy's insane. He's been good for us. Last stream he scored a hat-trick for us in one of his first games for us. So yeah, he's been good. He can play on the right-hand side of the pitch, or he can play as a centre forwards, which is where we are. It's where we have been utilising him, just to try and fit the Vecchi in the team as well. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Puig! I don't understand, right? Puig has got 94 short passing, 94 vision, 94 long passing, and he can't even play the ball forward like that. Here we go. Why is Sanchez Rebash not an 89 rated player? Gotta get fucking rid of him. Gonna get rid of him. Gonna get rid of him. I tell you. Kabak, what are you doing so far up the pitch? Get back. To be fair, Arsenal look like they're playing a very open game. We are getting chances going forward. Please, anyone want to come forward and help? Oh, it was offside, but oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I thought it might have just been level, but would have been a good goal if he would have stayed on side though, but perhaps that's what put him off. Maybe he was a bit worried about being offside. He's offside. Well done, ref. Well done, ref. Why are you playing it back to the goalkeeper? I don't know. Why you would do that, I haven't got a clue.
And a goal at Stamford Bridge, I'm being told, but for which team? Alan McInally. It's a goal for Chelsea.
Kubo's through. Kubo.
Can he finish this?
Yes, he can. Buries it into the bottom right corner of the Arsenal goal. Come on, Takefusa Kubo, the young attacking midfielder from Japan. Look at that. Played on a plate to him from Sanchez Ribas. Perhaps thought the chance was gone when the defenders started flooding back in numbers, but he manages to get the shot away with his left foot and buries it into the bottom right corner of the Arsenal goal. 1-0, that's what we need to start this game. Get another one, and it's home sailing, you know. This is I'm playing like my job depends on it, and it pretty much does. We did have an email from the board saying, you know what, the players feel like you have lost the dressing room, is essentially what they said. Oh, what a fantastic ball that almost was. We still have it.
Greenwood.
Oh, I should have maybe shot that there. I was looking for the man across goal at the far post, but perhaps should have just taken that shot on myself with the Vecchi there. We know he can hit a good ball. We know he's got a good shot on him. So, like I say, perhaps Greenwood. Oh, back towards goal, just wide of that far post there. Goalkeeper looked like he was scrambling across. Don't know if he would have had that covered if it was on target, but it wasn't. Get it away, good header, that's it, Kabak. Lombo, just calm it down, play it back to Ampadu, here we go. What are you doing? Oh my gosh! Well done, ref, fucking hell. Nah, don't start that, don't start the Newman out, man. Do not start the Wenger out hashtags. Oh! Man, it's not Newman out at all, man. It's Newman in, mate. It's Newmin. Hashtag Newmin. Here we go. Arsenal playing a very, very open game. Oh, we've been playing good football. We played good football against this Arsenal team. I think Arsenal were playing a very much more of an open game than the last couple of teams that we have come up against. And like I say, we've been playing We've basically played the top 6 teams, what feels like twice already. Although we're only like 13 games in, it feels like we've already played the top 6 a good few times. It's just been relentless back to back. We played Liverpool in the Carabao Cup as well. We played Liverpool in the last game in the league. We've got Arsenal in this game in the league. We've already played Tottenham. I think we might have simmed the game against Chelsea. Simmed the game against Tottenham. Playing this game against Arsenal. City we simmed against. United we played against and lost. It's been an absolutely ridiculous run of fixtures for us, to be fair. Kubo, oh, goalkeeper makes a fantastic diving save over to his left-hand side. Mate, it's definitely not Newman out, mate. I didn't tell you, mate. I scored a goal in lunchtime football on Thursday this week, and I was like on cloud 9. It was the first time I've played football on a Thursday. Normally only play on a Tuesday, and I should just like hang up my boots and just, you know, retire with a 100% record, basically. Why? Why is Sanchez Ribas, of all the players that you had to your left-hand side, why is he the player that you play it to? This is ridiculous. Ref. Oh yes, ref. Here we go, Puig. Ricky Puig. I will take a 1-0. Good ball, Cabral. How's your touch? Your touch is fantastic.
Ricky Puig. Oh, a nice looking pass. That's an effective cross aimed at the back.
Ah, where was the man? Where was the man getting onto that header back across goal? Calm it down. Who is that? Saka. Saka still at Arsenal for some reason.
Well, a super atmosphere of cup football rarely lets you down. Exciting game that'll be.
Oh, come on. Come on. Nicolas Pepe is still there as well. Jesus. This Arsenal side doesn't hang about, does it? Ref. I felt my controller vibrate way too much for that not to be given as an advantage.
He's got the right idea with that pass.
Ref! Oh my god, the gazer has slid in to Mason Greenwood there. Oh my gosh. I know, okay, the amount of times that I've shouted ref in this game is ridiculous. I know that. I'm surprised we managed to get that. Where is the player? There he is.
This looks promising. A case of foiling the opposition by whatever.
Ref! Oh, there we go. Well done, ref. Finally he gets the decision right. Right, how the fuck do we take a free kick, guys? How the fuck do we take a free kick? Oh, like that apparently. Woohoo! Okay. Okay, Sanchez. Okay, Sanchez Ribas. Oh!
Well, all you ask from a direct free kick is make the keeper work. He's working.
Oh! Woohoo! Oh, what a hit, son. Side-footed. That's how you take a free kick, apparently. Goalkeeper, outstretched, can't get across to it. Up and down. Woohoo! There we go. That is how you take a free kick. That's like 1 in a million, but... Ooh, Sanchez Ribas with the saucy free kick. Xbox telling me to record that clip. Of course. Of course he has to tell me to record that clip. Let's go. Some voodoo shit. What do you... Mate, that goal was fantastic. Don't even lie. That free kick was sexy as fuck. Like I say, I have no idea how to score a free kick, man. I think I've only scored like 1 free kick at all, and that was probably the second one. Oh, that's an ambitious ball. Greenwood's chasing it down. Ooh, mate, it's definitely some voodoo shit. How on earth? Maybe I should just say that a lot more often now. Whenever I have a free kick, how on earth do you take a free kick? Maybe like that. I mean, I keep saying, oh yeah, nah, I need to look up some videos on how to take free kicks, and I just never do. I had a free kick earlier on in like the Arsenal or the Liverpool game, And I didn't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh. Why have you not? How the hell have they not scored that? I'm sorry, but what? Sorry, but how have Arsenal not scored from that?
Well, that's very smart defending, and now they
Here we go,
have
here we go,
the
here we go, here we go. There we go! Full-time whistle.
Now it is trouble.
2-0.
The
Keeping
last
a clean sheet as well. Scoring a fantastic free kick, which I'm undoubtedly going to watch again here. Let's watch this. Oh, here we go. Sanchez Ribas lines it up. Oh, what a goal. What a hit, son. What a hit. Side foot, up and down. Gets the ball moving. Tiny bit in the air. Goalkeeper can't get across in time. Oh, fingers on lips, mate. Fingers on lips. Absolutely sensational. Can't really forget about Kubo's goal in the first half as well. But what a goal that was from Sanchez Ribas to seal the victory. And an all-important 3 points at home against Arsenal. I think that does take us above Arsenal in the Premier League. So might be back into a Champions League spot. But I don't know. Hey, look, it's time to focus on our next game. 2-0, keeping a clean sheet was fantastic. It wasn't easy to defend against Arsenal, but
Thank you for your time.
yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. We're still at 58 rating. I don't know how we haven't gone above Arsenal there. We were 2 points behind them. We were 2 points behind them before that game, and we beat them. And I don't know how we're not above them. That was definitely in the Premier League. I'm not seeing things right. That was definitely in the Premier League. Was that that game was definitely in the Premier League. That game was definitely in the Premier League. Are you telling me that game was not in the Premier League? I don't know what's going on anymore. Anyway, I digress. We're gonna sim forward just a bit, and then we're gonna go back to the Premier League table, check it out, see how everyone else is doing. I think we're still in what, 7th. I don't know how the goal scoring standing is looking at the moment. Rashford is on 14. We're not even represented in the top 8, which is actually kind of embarrassing, to be fair. Kubo is down there, 5 goals and 10. Greenwood and Sanchez Ribas 5 goals and 12 respectively. I don't know what's going on there. I feel like we've definitely scored a lot more goals in the Premier League, but obviously not. Swimming forward now, and like I say, we're going to end the stream here. First game on the next stream, it's going to be game against Newcastle. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be away from home. It's going to be one that we're hoping that we can win, and then potentially force our way into that top 5, top 4. But yeah, like I say, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. I hope you have enjoyed. Finally figured out how to take a free kick. Maybe if it happens again, we'll definitely fluff our lines. But hey ho, you know what a way to end. Free kick goal, 2-0 win against Arsenal. Let's go. Like I say, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace.